Shabba-dabba-dabba.
Hello, everybody. I see Kyla Rosina in the chat. Welcome to TJonesGaming. My name is Tori, and today we are playing Middara, which is going to be an awesome role-playing adventure. I got real excited. I watched a video on how to play, and made me excited to play. So, all right. And there's only 3 of us right now, so one person's going to be running a couple of characters. I think we're still figuring out who's doing what.
Ooh.
What do you want to do, Michael? Do you want to run green and blue, or you want who's this guy?
Does Brave
Jace?
Leo have tabletop?
I don't know if he does or not. He doesn't really do voice chat, so I don't know if he would want to. I mean, he might be willing to jump in voice
You just
chat
do like
to play with
pick
us.
one lucky viewer each week.
Yeah. He hasn't dabbed yet though, so I don't know.
Wait, I'm gonna grab the actual thick adventure book.
Okay.
As well.
Do you want to play Zeke or the other 2 today, Michael?
You can play the other 2. So I kind of want to try it out, Rook, and see how he plays.
Okay.
I know he's the slowest character of the bunch.
Then I'll play Zeke, I guess.
You'll like Zeke.
You think so? All right.
I liked Zeke.
Good.
I think he has like movement and attack.
Well, it seemed like he fit your playstyle because you like to dive in and
I'm
get
back.
your hack and slash on. Oh, I'm in spectator. I gotta sit down.
Alright, let's go back to, I don't know, adventure mode. Start on page 1 of the adventure book.
Yeah, so we're doing the campaign, Kyla. We're doing a campaign this time. We played this once before, and we just played a scenario, right?
No, I think we actually had started on the campaign.
Okay.
And then didn't get too far before.
Yeah. There was disgruntlement.
Yeah.
This guy's a dual wielder. Zeke. That's him right there. Is this one all scripted so you can just click a button and it'll throw up the tiles for the map?
I think there's a note in the notebook about most AI tiles in the game have a few buttons on them to help with the recorded wounds, diagrams. I'm not sure if it's fully scripted. It's got some scripting at least.
I'll tell you this, Zeke Jiang is a nimble fighter. Zeke's cautious nature helps him to adapt to any situation. When I saw him play before, I felt like his nature was not particularly cautious. maybe that's who's
the player.
I feel like
the game.
I might be well suited for a cautious-natured fella.
Oh, then do you want to play Rook then?
No. I mean, I'd be happy to play Rook, but
he's got the heals.
You wanted to play Nightingale. I feel like she might have been fun to play.
Yeah, I don't want to play Nightingale. I don't like her wings.
You don't want to play Nightingale?
Remy's got the wings.
Yeah, it seems like Nightingale should have the wings, but Remy's got the wings. Remy Moretti.
Nightingale's got the short skirt. Though I guess Remy does too. Well, she's got kind of a short dress. Oh, Nightingale's got horns.
Yeah, she's got the horns.
And a tail.
My guys.
Alright, so we're going to start on page 1 of the adventure book.
Alright, excellent.
Do not read ahead unless specifically instructed to.
I won't.
Scenes are section of narrative that are read by the players between encounters. Was there one thing that we came up against that we weren't sure, like, I think it was when stuff goes into our party stash, when do we get it back? And I think the answer was not till we get to the shopping district. So we had to wait.
The money gets split evenly.
Yeah.
And then if you find an item, you get to keep it. But there are times when it goes into the stash. Like if you don't want it, you throw it out of your backpack or you can't carry it. Then it goes into the stash.
And then I think occasionally there's loot that goes directly into the stash.
Okay.
Which is why that question came up before.
It's because we needed. I think we used up all our consumables, so we didn't buy. Like we couldn't get access to like refreshing our equipment.
Yeah, because it's a long time between towns.
All right. Are you reading from the thing for us? What page is it on? I can follow along.
Oh, I was just gonna page am I on? 10?
Page N? It's not
10?
very... Oh,
1,
10.
0?
And they said N. I was like, that's not helpful. That's not how mine are numbered. Okay, 10.
But I guess we could just start reading the adventure. I think that's what we should do.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Alright, so before the mast. So I have that page open also, but I'm gonna read it.
Before the math?
MAST.
Thank you.
So here's the in-game adventure book is over here.
Okay. Oh, before the mast. Thank you.
Nightingale crept almost silently through the crowd, eyes fixed on her target. There were at least 100 of her fellow students there, thronging about and chatting excitedly in their teams of 4. Her victim wasn't watching anything but the cigarette in his fingers. He didn't stand a chance. Air rushed around Nightingale as she jumped and latched onto Zeke's back with both arms. Zeke! Her voice came out somewhere between Zeke! Came out somewhere between a squeal and a screech, loud enough that a few nearby students turned to stare. Her friend grunted and spluttered, the cigarette tumbling away from his mouth. You try to kill me? Nightingale dropped to the ground behind him. You don't need my help for that. She extinguished the still smoldering cigarette with a well-placed step. 2 years away from Earth and you're still poisoning yourself. Zeke only grinned in response.
It also makes you smell terrible. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, you go ahead. You can be that voice. Go ahead.
I think Michael has to be that voice. I'm assuming it's one of his characters.
No, it's not a character. This one, it says Shayless, who is not one of the people we're playing.
It also makes you smell terrible. Someone said from behind them. Go ahead.
Someone said from behind them. They both turned, and Nightingale's eyes widened when she saw her sister Shayla standing there.
Wait. I did that
Nightingale was usually thrilled to see her, but today was different. Today, Shayla was one of the proctors on the most important tests of their new lives, the Magical Aptitude and Skill Test, or the MAST for short.
Right.
Makes me smell terrible, Zeke scoffed. See, Hero was expecting something like, it's good to see you, Zeke, or maybe, how'd you do on your written exams? You know, friend stuff.
No favoritism today. Oh, wait, I want to be Dr. Girlfriend. No favoritism today.
Shayla said. She sounded stern. But she was grinning at them as she flipped through a few pages on a worn clipboard.
Oh, but look at that. Lucky you. Looks like you two ended up together.
What a coincidence, Nightingale muttered, rolling her eyes. They put the royal heirs together.
Consider that the only luck you'll get today,
Shayla said. Nightingale looked around, wondering who their other partners would be. Of course, she and Zeke would be in a group together. She knew why Shayla didn't want to broadcast it, though. Nightingale knew each of the students around them. The short girl with multicolored eyes, another with a pair of oversized bat wings, and the kid with strange goat-like hooves instead of feet. But none of them were actually friends. Each team is 4 people, Zeke said. Who are the other 2?
Brooke Lars and Remy Moretti.
Kalis frowned at the clipboard for one moment and then shrugged and tucked it under one arm.
You need me to point them out?
Nah, we're good. Zeke briefly rested one hand on Nightingale's. Wait, who's playing Rook?
I'm playing Rook.
Are you gonna voice Rook?
Are you reading from?
I don't know. I'm Zeke. You're doing Zeke, but you keep doing him for now.
Oh,
You're in this
all right.
groove.
All right, that's cool. Nah, we're good. Zeke briefly rested one hand on Nightingale's shoulder and pointed towards the largest student in the assembly. I see Rook there.
If you're not already, get acquainted. I've only got another few teams to assign before I explain everything.
Kahlist walked away, vanishing effortlessly into the crowd. Guess it makes sense. Rook's gotta be the smartest student here, Zeke said. They walked toward him, Nightingale leaving it to Zeke to clear a path for them. Nightingale lowered her voice so the other students nearby couldn't hear. Sure, Rook makes sense. Remy, though? Isn't her dad some kind of mafioso? Who thought it was a good idea to pair someone like that with royalty? Couldn't make it look like favoritism, so they gave us a boat anchor to weigh out our awesomeness, Zeke shrugged. Every team has 4, so long as she doesn't slow us down, we'll be fine. Rook was easily double the size of Nightingale, with hands like hammers and a beard like a lion.
Hey, Zeke! That's
Rook
Michael's voice.
He met with a bone-cracking embrace. Remy stood just behind him, arms folded awkwardly in front of her. She looked up, smiling politely and extending a hand. Hey, I guess we're together for the test. Princess Nightingale Arson, ma'am. Remy peered at Nightingale through impressive multicolored dreadlocks. Her massive owl-like wings folded behind her, making Remy's small frame look a little bigger. Just Nightingale, she corrected, taking the offered hand. You're Remy, right? Yeah. Remy looked past her and up to the gigantic Rook, who was still talking to Zeke. I know I'm probably not the teammate you were hoping for. She didn't get a chance to respond because at that moment her sister stepped onto a raised platform at the edge of the hall and shouted,
All right, listen up, everyone. Welcome to the magical aptitude and skill test. If any of you have doubts about your ability to complete the mask, the door's right there. You will be required to go through the Acer bus, the Academy's training dungeon. Don't think the bellicose cubes make up for stupid mistakes, because they don't. Students have died during this test.
There were a few seconds of silence.
We're going to walk through the doors behind me to the armory. Each of you is entitled to 1 pack of supplies. Choose wisely. If you get halfway through the test before you realize you didn't bring something important, too bad.
She paused, waiting for her statement to sink in.
If you have any last questions, ask either me or another proctor before you get into the dungeon. Once the test starts, you'll only get my help if things go very wrong.
She raised her voice, glancing once around the room.
For the sake of your grades, you do not want our help. We won't let you die, but if any of us have to come down and save you, we won't let you pass either.
There were no questions. Kahlist turned and hopped off the edge of the platform.
Follow me to the armory.
Choose a starting pack depending on the adventurer. We've already got that all laid out because they have it set up for us, Tabletop Simulator. You want to go through this, or should we just keep going?
Let's just keep going. We can look at it on our off turns.
The armory was well stocked, so none of them would go into the dungeon wanting. After selecting their gear, they made their way through a lonely hallway to a freight lift operated with pulleys and ropes. There was only enough room on the lift for 4 of them, and no pesky safety features like rails. A burly proctor Nightingale recognized as an archery instructor stood just beside the lift. Someone keep a hand on the rope at all times, he warned. If you let go, the fall will kill you.
Got it.
Rook answered. He was the first to climb aboard, taking hold of the control rope with one gigantic fist. The rest of them followed him aboard, and they started down. This is gonna be awesome. Nightingale looked down at the firefly lights of glowstones illuminating the carved stone patterns of the dungeon below. Even if it's a trial dungeon, it's about time we get out of the classroom. Zeke nodded. I just can't wait to graduate. No more lectures, no more exams. Remy shuffled near the edge of the lift, her wings twitching a little in the slight breeze. Yeah. Shayless was waiting at the bottom of the lift in a cavernous room cut from rough stone. Several passages opened in all directions. Down some of the tunnels, lights were trailing away, and voices echoed as groups set out on their separate paths.
You ready, little sis? Oh, sorry. Okay, I did right. You
No, that was
ready,
you.
little sis?
Shayless gestured down a dark hallway.
That one's yours.
I'm ready. Nightingale drew her weapon and raised it enthusiastically. Nothing down here stands a chance.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Shayless reached out, wrapping one arm around Nightingale in a quick hug. Shayless turned, meeting each of their eyes slowly.
Take care of each other. Your team shares one grade, so your citizenship depends on it.
He hopped sidelong onto the lift platform, tugging on the rope. The rickety elevator started to rise, taking her with it.
Good luck.
Zeke waved at her as she disappeared. He turned and headed towards the indicated pathway. His expression wilted as he got his first look at what waited for them. Damp stone, thick cobwebs, and the smell of decay. Let's get this over with. Pardon me. Need some water.
They left the first room behind, the sound of squeaking metal pulleys fading into the distance. The stone was thick, too thick to hear what any of the other groups might be doing. Soon enough, they were left with nothing but their own footsteps and the light of their glowstones. Pass.
They didn't have far to go before they reached the first bellicose cubes. It was a small relic, only about a foot across, and set into the stone walls of the cavern. Intricate carvings of Kruer magic pulsed with red light as the...
Kruer. No, I was just repeating
Kruer?
it because that's the blood magic.
Yeah. Intricate carvings of Kruer magic pulsed with red light as they neared the basin in the front. Remy. I always hate using these things, though I guess they've kept me safe on a couple of sparring matches, Remy muttered.
It's better than getting killed.
Rook said.
The proctors put them here so that they have time to intervene if we're defeated by monsters. Just make sure to attune yourself with it. Without your blood, it won't protect you.
Tuned or not, fighting will still hurt, Zeke added. I broke an arm while learning to use a sword. Guy hit me with a cheap shot. Rook nodded.
Zeke's right. I've broken students' arms while teaching them to duel.
Nightingale winced as she cut her hand along the blade of her weapon, just deep enough that a few drops of blood welled up in her palm. She held it over the bowl, watching the drops fall and boil away. For just a moment, she felt as though all the blood in her body was being tugged towards the cube. The sensation passed, and she got out of the way. They all took their turns before they could finally advance into the encroaching gloom.
Okay, so why are they putting their blood in the bowl?
It's like a save point.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Party composition. Ideally, each party contains at least one adventurer who can cast spells to get by highly armored targets,
Right.
restoring and ending encounters. When adventurers restore, they unflip and unexhaust all cards and remove all damage and other tokens. If encounters and condition continues without telling adventurers to restore, they keep all items, ability tokens, and damage tokens the way they were. However, adventurers will always remove any effect tokens they have at the end of an encounter. Regardless, all defeated adventurers or adventurers with more damage tokens than half of their max HP remove damage tokens until they have damage tokens equal to half of their max HP. That's when you restore, or at the end of the encounter, regardless if it says you can restore, you get at least half your HP back.
Remy's a natural leader. I like that Rook, like, Zeke's being all humble, and Rick's like, oh yeah, I've broken guys' arms in training. Like, he's just gonna be a tool. Alright.
Yeah, no biggie. The damp, cold air of the cave chills you to the bone. As your eyes adjust to the dark, you see the faint outline of a large rock blocking the path up ahead. It looks as if a strong push could send the boulder careening into the pits on either side of it. In any case, it looks like the only way forward. Alright, so we gotta see how to figure out how to set this up.
Yeah, I don't even think we made it through the grading exercise last time we tried.
We made it a few boards in, and that was about it, I think. Alright, so how do we set this?
You look at that, I'm gonna look at my fancy stuff. Okay, so I already have a thing into, what's this? Into the Marshall. She's got
How
Marshall.
about the screen? Oh, that makes it easier to read. Nice.
Crewer.
Did you use that button? If you click on the top left corner of the adventure book, it pops it out as like an overlay.
No, I did not do that. I was holding Alt down the whole time, and my finger is already tired from doing it.
Yeah, it seems like that'd be a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's much better for sure.
Directions, loot. What is this? Shift the entire map east.
Oh yeah, you were using this guy to get around last time, Mike. I remember that.
Which guy?
Zeke, his swords
Oh,
let him
yeah.
move really fast if he wants. It gives him extra movement.
Alright, so did we manually, do you remember, did we manually
I do not
this up?
recall.
set this
There's-
up?
It's been too long.
I can't
I thought-
remember.
There was a button for this. I mean, isn't this mostly
I
automated?
feel like it too.
So it's just
So I
a
didn't feel like
matter
you
of
did any
finding the
setup.
button.
Isn't it? I thought I saw a button, or at least a list of stuff. Where are we on chapter 1?
Yeah.
Zoom. I thought I saw a list of links, maybe. How about these buttons? Load page. I don't know if that's gonna do anything.
Nah, that's for the... I think that's for the...
It's doing something. Stuff's happening.
Oh, it
That's
did.
it.
Did you
Good
click
call.
load page and it did it? Nice. That's the
Yeah,
right
it's
one
almost
too.
like-
That's what we're seeing on in the book.
It's like Michael's a UI designer or something.
Fancy.
So there's some way to get this into dark mode, because I saw other people playing on TTS, and there's like you can turn all the buttons dark and so the text is light. Looks a little bit better, but I couldn't figure it out. I think maybe it's looking at your OS to see if you're in dark mode, maybe.
What do you
Anyway.
mean, like the TTS UI being white?
Yeah, like I was watching some other guys play Grimdark Future, and all his buttons were, like dark gray or black, and then the text on them and the icons were white.
Well, here I
Which looked a little bit-
see. Oh, this is a dark theme for Tabletop Simulator. It's the Dracula theme that you have to install. That's the first thing
Oh,
that
is
I
it like
pulled
something
up.
you install separately?
I think so.
No, actually, they have a dark theme.
How do you get it?
How do I get to it?
So you go into menu,
All right,
then you go into configuration,
all right,
and then go to the interface tab,
got that.
and then under that there's a theme button that has a paintbrush on it.
Theme button. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now that was. I'm glad we got a UI designer
Right.
on here.
Did you design this,
Oh yeah, there we
Michael?
go. Nice. See, that looks a little bit better.
I don't see any difference.
Oh, all my buttons. Well, you have to go and set it to dark. So menu, configuration, click on the theme brush, and then on the right-hand column, it's got light, dark, and previous edit.
Under graphics?
No, no,
No, under interface.
interface.
Thank you. Theme
It's like
brush. Light, dark. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it.
Also, it looks like you can edit the color scheme, color of stuff if you want to as well.
I'm turning it all pink.
It's a little more modern that way.
I wish I could switch out all the icons, and I would be happy.
All right, so where do we start? Oh, we can start in these two spaces or those two spaces. So where do you guys want to be?
Guess
So
I'll
it's
move.
here, 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 or here.
I'll take one side and I know it's balanced characters, so. And we're supposed to move this rock.
Where's the
Well, all we
rock?
know so far is. All right, so our objective is an adventurer must end their turn on the blue exit. So we have to get to the blue exit. That's how we win. We lose if we're all defeated.
Okay, looks like there's some loot out there. I don't know what these totems are. There's totems.
Those are when you get line of sight to a totem, something
Something
triggers
happens.
something to happen.
Is this the rock blocking our path?
Yeah.
And what are these green arrow things?
Typical
That
terrain.
is a terrain type. Let's see, where do they talk about the types of terrain? Page 21. Piles and terrain. So green is hindering.
Okay.
Attacks
hindering.
made through or into hindering terrain get a -1 to the attack roll, and it costs 2 movement to leave a hindering space.
Okay.
So nothing extra to get in, but it costs you 1 extra to get out.
And we can move diagonal, yes?
I don't think so. You can shoot diagonally, but I don't believe you're allowed to move diagonally.
Alright.
Let's go back to. Maybe I don't have that.
I just want
Phases
basic
of an adventurer's
movement.
turn. The move action, page 41. One move action per turn costs 1 stamina point. Movement is always counted orthogonally, so you
Sure.
cannot move diagonally.
Oh, you may not move diagonally. Okay, so that's one of his special things is his swords let him move diagonally if he exhausts them. So he has a
Nice.
special fanciness. Okay, that's good. Orthogonally, so that means in a straight line, I guess. Who knew? I had no idea.
All right, so we are set up.
Who goes? Oh, we have to do a
Initiative.
initiative. Yes. Middara.
Alright, so I just looked up some information about Rook's Warhammers. So I basically can ignore heavy, I think. Because it doesn't double up if you have 2 of them equipped, I guess. That's what was kind of wrong the last time Connor played it. That's what.
I'm not quite following, but I took your word for it.
Yeah, as long as you know how to play it properly.
Just trying to find the turn sequence.
Well, we have it on our cards. Oh no, standard actions. All right, I'll look for.
All right, an adventurer's turn, starting on page 38.
Isn't there a turn tracker? I don't know if that matters.
There's an initiative tracker.
Every figure has a corresponding initiative card. Where's that at?
So players will begin an encounter by determining whose turn it is on the initiative track. All right, so the initiative track is over here. There it is. All right, so we put everybody, wait, shuffle.
Okay, those are our initiative cards, I see.
All right, we are shuffled. Nightingale goes first.
So that's how you determine initiative? You just shuffle?
Well, you put all the cards for everybody involved in the encounter, you shuffled them, and then flip them out. So I already did that.
Okay.
It's automated. There's a button, a script button to do
I
it.
see it.
Let's see.
All right, so start of turn, resolve abilities and effects. Don't need to do that yet. Part 2, status phase, resolve status effects. 3, refresh stage, recover stamina points and exhaust cards. 4, action phase, spend SP to take actions or use abilities. And then end phase. What page am I on? 38.
38.
Did she get her spell back then? This crew thing.
You got spells?
I mean, she's got a spell, but it looks like it's been used.
It shouldn't have been used yet.
Oh, then why is it flipped?
Somebody's
Well,
messing with it. So really, all the other stuff, we don't do any of the first 3 things because we haven't had a turn yet. So we're going to go to the action phase.
Yep. So, well, there's a difference between exhaust and flip. Exhaust means tap, like magic.
Right.
Flip means you actually turn the card over.
His hammers are real oversized.
Yeah, usually all the fantasy Warhammers are like way bigger than Warhammers were IRL. Like historically, Warhammers were like the size of like a normal hammer, but with like a longer handle.
Right.
Can
So
we
you
move
could-
diagonal?
So you could
No,
actually use
we just
them.
talked about that.
Okay.
I think
You can't.
Zeke
Yeah.
has a special ability because of his sword, right? To
Right.
move diagonal.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that. That's how
The
they
nor-
would get around really fast.
Normally you can't move diagonally.
Right, so use one SP.
All right, so the standard actions are move, attack, encounter, or re-equip. And then there's also dodge, empower, and counter, but those are all like in the midst of combat type things. The move, you can move up to your maximum, use 1 stamina to move up to your maximum movement value. You can spend another SP to add 2 more to your movement. You can only do 1 move action per turn, so you couldn't move your normal movement, then attack, and then spend SP to move 2 more. You have to do it all at the same time.
All right, so then.
And it does
I'm gonna
cost
use
you an
another one.
SP to make your movement.
1 SP to move, 2 SP to attack, 1 SP to do encounter stuff
Oh yeah,
like
and one. I see.
like if you find a treasure chest or whatnot,
Yeah.
and 1 to re-equip if you need to move stuff around in your inventory or hand off something. Oh no, it's not hand off, it's acquire something from somebody else, I believe.
And we use up all our SP. So if we decide to use up all our SP and we're being attacked, that means we can't like dodge or anything, right? Because we use up our SP.
Right,
for
dodge
action.
costs 1, empower costs 1, counter costs 2. So yeah, if we're if we start fighting, you're gonna want to save some SP. But you're probably not necessarily moving, so you can save your move SP. Oh man, it just turned the text in the corner black when I switched. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Oh yeah, it did that for me too.
So there must be a.
A text option.
Tooltip background, menu background.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end my turn here. I'll keep 1 SP. So I used 1 SP to get out of that green spot. And can we move through characters?
To move through a friendly character costs 1 movement point.
Oh, okay. Now then I better. I don't think we're gonna get attacked. So.
So did you go through the rough terrain?
Yeah. So that's 2, right?
Yeah.
Two movement. All right. I'm gonna use my last SP then to kind of move out of the way. How do I? What the heck?
Yeah, because we're not going to trigger anything until we get that rock out of the way.
Well, how come I can't?
Send Rook up.
Oh no, you can see the blue token now. So as soon as you got to where you're at, we're going to trigger that blue totem because you have line of sight over the pit, but the red terrain, the red border was blocking line of sight.
Okay.
So we need to resolve
Wait,
the
did I
blue
have that before?
blue totem.
I just want to see if I had. So did I have line of sight over here?
Let's see if we go from the edge of your square. Ooh, what are you using to do that?
The line tool. It's like a
There
line.
was like a hotkey or something to do that though.
I don't know, I just clicked on the line tool. There probably is a hotkey. I just don't know it. Center to center. I don't think she can see it. If we go from her center to that thing, there's still stuff in the way. But
Well, do we go from edge to edge, corner to corner, or does it go center to center?
center to center.
That's what the line of sight rules say?
Yep.
Cool.
But I didn't see you draw a line in the center.
How come I can't draw
Oh, okay,
a horizontal line? Why is my line tool so weird? And I don't need centimeters. 2D? Oh no, not edge, center. There we go. Why is it just randomly?
I don't know. I guess that's debatable.
The
I still
tool,
decide it's.
the
I think-
hotkey is tab by default for that, apparently.
Alright, I'll just use that SP.
I mean, you could definitely see it in the green square. Your line of sight is like clipping the edge of that red. So it's a little less clear, but you're definitely in line of sight now.
Click your mom's
so
red.
Red nastiness. I remember what happened.
Alright.
Blue.
Oops. Hang on, I gotta go grab my little cheat finder, or the little, what do you call it? The red revealer widget.
Right. So funny that they use that in this, man. It's like straight out of the 80s.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got to. In the physical copy, Sean has the physical copy, I'm telling the viewers at home, and it's got a piece of clear red plastic, and you hold it over the area. You can't read the text until you put the red plastic over it, and then you can read it.
It's a pile of treasure.
Nice.
So we should put find some sort of a treasure chest token to throw on there. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. This little treasure chest down in the corner, that's a pile of treasure.
That's a pile of treasure. That makes
It's
more
like, I
sense.
don't remember it being that before. Alright, so what is actually happening? As you approach the boulder in your path, a scurrying sound echoes from the other side of the chasm. Spawn 2 cave sickles on any normal terrain space adjacent to the blue totem.
Cave
Your heart
sickles.
sinks as you hear skittering coming from behind you as well. You whirl around to find yourself facing 2 more cave sickles. Spawn 2 cave sickles on any unoccupied normal terrain space on the south side of tile UMT1. Wait, I thought that the virtual version of the game also had the little revealer widget. There, yeah, there it is.
Where is it?
Which is funny.
Oh,
But
there
it's
it is.
not as easy to use because you gotta like zoom in.
Huh.
Although that's not too hard to do with the Z.
That's funny.
All right, so we need 2 cave sickles adjacent to the
That's really
totem.
funny.
All right, if I was a cave sickle, where would I?
I don't know the song for Zelda. What's the song? How does Zelda song go?
Me? You asking me?
No, I'm asking Michael.
Ah,
Is
yeah,
Zelda
sounds
song?
like.
I forget, like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, something like that.
That's exactly how Leo spelled it.
All right, so where have they stashed the bad guys? Figures.
So
all
we're
right.
doing. Is this a magical test? Is that what she called it?
Masked. Magic and something. Ta-da.
Okay.
What are we looking for? Cave sickles? Alright. And figurines.
No, can't remember. They were kind of ugly.
Alright, 1. 2.
Magical aptitude and skill test.
Oh wait. We only needed 2, right? From the one side?
2 and 2.
Why did you change the page?
I didn't.
You're
I
not
just
supposed
changed it
to.
back.
Illegal.
I was trying to see what it's for. It's magical aptitude. I thought you had the physical copy right there.
It's actually easier to read it on screen than to use the
Is that right?
the real version. Yeah. a little bit.
Squint. More squinting.
So we don't need this guy, so this he can go back. We need cave sickles 4 through 6. Cave sickle 4 and 5.
It's the cavesicle man.
Alright, maybe if we put them down here closer to our own stuff, it'll be easier to zoom around.
Oh, I remember these guys. They're funny little heads.
Alright, so 2 of them are going to spawn on, what did I say, the south side, lower east side.
I think next 2. So I think here.
Unoccupied normal on the south side of UMT1. Alright, so UMT1.
What is the
Oh
sword?
no, UM11, sorry.
What does the sword icon in the circle mean? Does it mean make a melee attack?
Sword icon on circle. Yeah. And the little arrow in the circle is range attack.
Why is this card? Oh, follow up. I was like, why does it say FU?
The FU,
Come
yeah.
on. Cut me
The
some
FU attack.
slack.
I mean, it basically is an FU attack.
Really, it is.
Alright, and once they spawn, we have to add them to the initiative tracker, I believe. Sound right to you guys?
What'd you say? Say it again, please.
Don't they have to go onto the initiative tracker?
Yes.
Maybe. And it
Um,
sounds right, but sometimes things sound right and they're not right.
Gold. What is this?
Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning and look for encounters.
The initiative track is on page 38.
38.
Does it know that these guys are out and you just hit shuffle? There's also an initiative card deck.
Where's that at?
It's on the far right, but I don't know what happens with that. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of cards in there either. It's like 22 initiative cards.
Ooh, audio narratives. I don't know if that would give you. I don't know if that would give you a copyright strike though.
It don't matter. It's fine.
And it's not music. Well,
All right, tiles, figures, command. Where did you see the initiative thing at, Michael?
on the initiative track on the far right, there's some cards. There's a stack
Oh,
of cards.
all right. All right, let me look at there. Cave Sickle Group, yep. Yeah, Cave Sickle Group 2. That's exactly what we needed. But do they show up at the end of the initiative track then, or do we have to reshuffle is my
Well, it wouldn't make sense to reshuffle. To me. I'm
Doesn't
pulling
really
up the errata and FAQ PDF. Whenever a combatant spawns, place its initiative card directly after the initiative card of the figure who's currently taking their turn. If the current turn is ambiguous, place it at the end of the initiative track instead. It's in the errata. If the figure's initiative card is already on the table, the figure will take its turn the next time its initiative card would normally dictate.
All right, so Cave Sickles go after Nightingale this round.
All right, that's why they
That's
have the errata.
So-
It seems like we're
so-
getting hosed a little bit, but I'll take it.
So are you done with your turn, Nightingale?
Yep. At least I have one stamina point. I can save it.
You're gonna save it for dodging or whatnot?
Yep.
Sounds good.
She's gonna be dodgy.
Did you click on the
All right.
thing? Did you click it to make it turn off? Is that how it
Yeah.
works? All right.
Turn what off?
You have your points, your SP, and they're little buttons, and you can light them up or
I
unlight
see.
them. As opposed to having little cardboard circles. Oh, they didn't paint the cave sickles though.
Wah, wah.
It's like an alien
All right,
made
so the
out
Cave
of
Sickle says,
stone.
is there an opponent adjacent? Make an attack. There's not an opponent adjacent. Is there an opponent within range 4? Yes. Make an arrow with attack 4.
Now we get to see.
All right, anybody remember what that means?
Nope, I was gonna say now we get to learn how combat works.
Well, I know that on our turn, you roll dice, and I guess they probably have dice too. and then you add it. So,
Right.
oh yeah, so they get dice based on how many sickles are around.
So, what's their sphere of influence?
Sphere of influence is interesting. I don't know.
Armor.
I like this kind of big.
Where does it say sphere of influence for cave sickles? You see anything on that card that tells you what their SOI is?
I'm not seeing it. I'm looking.
Health, defense, movement, armor, combat dice, conviction, casting, save. Oh, they ignore terrain as for
Yeah.
movement. All right, well, let's look up SOI. Just in case there's some default SOI or something.
That's what I was wondering. Page 45. Sphere of influence. This is the type of range. It has a base range of 4.
Okay, so
but
it's
this range
SOI
can be
is 4
adjusted by
unless
items and
otherwise.
abilities. Sounds like
So within their SOI, 1, 2, 3, it's square of influence. 1, 2, 3. Wasn't it?
is it 4 radius? Or is it 4
Yeah,
diameter?
1, 2, 3.
4 radius, okay.
It's a radius of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it feels like this one cave sickle here is affecting. So like cave sickle 4
Has
doesn't
one
get
other one.
is too far away. But
Cave
cave
sickle
sickle
5.
5 is
Right.
close enough to pick up cave sickle 1.
Okay. I'm with you. So which
All
one
right.
which one is this card for? This group here?
Oh, here we should switch it out to make it. Yeah, that's for this group
All
right
right.
here.
I see it's color coded. Now I see that.
All right. So cave sickle. Let's start with cave sickle 4. He has got. Oh wait, no. Cave sickle 1 and 2 are on the initiative tracker first.
So they're gonna move.
So 1 is going to be the same thing as 5. He's going to have. Are they within range 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. They are, or at least 1 is. Because you can go diagonal.
Right. Does he have line of sight? He's got to have line of sight too.
Yeah, the hole does not block line of sight.
Okay.
It looks like it sucks to be her.
It does. Way to go first. Nice, good first turn. Solid. Solid.
All right, so he's got three sickle brothers, so he's gonna roll. I don't understand what the defense icon means though.
I thought he only had 2 sickle brothers. He's got 2 and 5. One has 2 and 5.
Well, how many other cave sickles? Okay, so yeah, he's gonna roll 2 orange dice then.
Wouldn't it be like a green, orange, black die?
No, because he's only got 2 cave sickles. It's how many other cave sickles are nearby.
Oh, other. Okay.
Other.
And how do we
All
figure out if the attack hits?
All right, so it's a base of 4 plus what he rolls on the die. Oh, 8 and 7. Oh, dude, he rolled
I
super
thought that was a
high.
1 until it got moved.
No, it was an 8.
Okay. I meant the 7, but that's okay. That's a huge roll.
15 plus 4. No, wait, yeah. 15 plus 4, so
19.
that's a 19 against her defense of what?
What is her defense? So defense.
Her defense is
hold on, she's got
9.
no, she has a 9, and then her equipment has extra stuff.
She's gonna die. She's gonna get one shot by a cave sickle. We'll bring you back,
You can
Nightingale.
use your...
Wait, she has an 11.
You're royalty, for goodness sakes.
I think she's her. Yeah, it's 11. All right, so
She gets +1 from her core defender, and +0 from her brassiere, or from her corset, or whatever that is.
It's an occult shirt.
Or a cult shirt. So where are you getting the other defense from?
wait, the defense is coming. Where the hell is that?
She's got 9 natively, and her defensive core is giving her a +1, so that's 10.
Oh, okay, no, I was looking at the wrong things. Yeah, it's just 10.
But you can exhaust your defense core to dodge,
I am going to.
Might
and
be a
then you
good
can also
idea.
exhaust your occult shirt to dodge, and then if you successfully dodge, you can counter.
I will. Hold on, does countering also use SP? Yeah, it does. So I don't have enough SP. So I will dodge.
Alright. Trying to remember what dodge does. During a dodge step of an attack, roll a black die. For each shield rolled, you add +1 to your defense.
That's it?
Yep. See dodge, page 50. But you may also get a counter if you use your corset.
Yeah, but the counter requires that you have 2 SP.
Well, you have to successfully dodge, right? So you better roll. I don't think you're going to be able to roll enough, but it'll help.
It'll help. It'll take the sting out of it. A little bit.
Alright, so I roll a black one.
Yeah, you only successfully dodge
I
if
didn't
you
roll that yet.
don't take any damage.
That was a huge, huge roll on their part.
Yeah, that was rude.
How you get an 8 and a 7 on a 6-sided dice is beyond me.
Because they're orange.
You're orange.
So you got +3, so that's helpful. So what did we figure out they had? 15?
They had 19.
Oh, 19, right. It was 15 plus 4. And you are at 9.
And 11. But this
Oh,
one gives you
10.
that. So if I dodge, I get a +1 as long as I don't roll skull. So that's 11. And then whatever these things are.
So you got 14. So you take 5 damage. Ouch.
That's pretty
That
rough.
sucked.
It's a pretty hard hit, man.
Alright, well that was the first cave sickle. Oh wait, is it even done yet?
No.
Then move to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage within movement range. Then make an attack. And then FU.
He can't get through the wall, though, can he?
No, he cannot. So he's gonna move, but he's gonna move to there, but that's all he can do. Although he could jump, right? Don't they jump?
I don't know.
But I think they don't jump if they're not gonna. If they're gonna wait, do they? They like automatically jump 4 or some bullshit. Right, AI. I should just keep the contents open on my screen so then I can reference it in the book.
All right, that would make sense.
so combatants, page 54.
So you spent your SP to make a dodge?
No, he's got a free one attached to his gear.
Oh, nice.
Or she does.
Yeah. Oh, so she gets a free counter then.
No, only if you successfully dodge. Which you did not.
I know, but if I did.
Yeah, yes. Alright, intelligent combatants.
Oh, these things add... See, we're supposed to have character sheets printed out. Because that's going to make it way easier to keep track of all these stats. Because she's got 12 health, base health, right? Her corset gives her +3 health. Her horns, head gear gives her +2 health. You know what I mean? So we're supposed to have character sheets printed out. And I think that makes it easier to keep track of all your stats in one place.
Alright, well, we'll know better for next time.
Yes, we will.
But you could just like use the little pencil tool and like write some notes above your character sheet right now, probably. That would be helpful. AI steps, jumping, where's it jumping?
Oh.
I remember during the video he was talking about that they can jump 4 spaces or something, but I'm trying to find that. Like I found the golden rules.
I say we don't worry about whether they can jump or not. I don't remember nothing about that.
Toward and away. Then up to and within, nearest and farther, targeting priority.
No, they do tell you your health. It's next to your heart. Character stuff is...
Oh, it's already...
Oh, we have built in.
There's damage token. There's tokens already.
Okay, I see. We have a built-in. So yeah, so it adds it all up automatically. Oh, very good.
Sanity.
Oh, I wonder if you start equipping stuff, it just automatically does the totaling for you. What it kind of looks like it's doing.
We'll see.
That would be pretty slick.
Good eye. Good eye, mate.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of walkthrough stuff. Do you remember him in the video talking about that?
I don't remember him talking about jumping, but I spaced out a couple times while I was watching that video. You know what I've been doing? Going on the search engine and putting in Middara cave sickle jump. Let's see what it says.
Try combatant.
Combatant?
That's what they call the bad guys, combatants.
Well, did
Or
they all get a
intelligent
jump? Or
combatants.
just, I thought cave sickles maybe they're special.
No, it was like they can jump if they can't get to you any other way, they will jump up to 4 spaces. And it wasn't cave sickle specific.
Well, he was when he was talking about it, he was saying they are not going to jump over a pit like that because they might die.
There's a boulder or whatever.
Well, the boulder is that red line means it's impassable, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you can. I think we can push it.
Right.
But how is that a skill test? We're gonna have to. All right,
I mean,
well, let's just skip it for now. We'll come back to it if we need to. I feel like we already got enough trouble.
I mean, I think we'd have to know how to jump anyway, because our characters I think, can jump.
Right. Well, we can jump, yeah, but the cavesicles are not going to jump across a space that might kill them. It was pretty clear
They can-
in the video.
Right. Well, if they can automatically jump 4 spaces without risking anything, then this cave cycle could jump from here over to here, which is what I thought he was saying in the video, but I could be wrong. Jump? Might as well jump.
Insane a Van Halen song. You're not a ninth grade girl at a
Look up
high
Middara
school dance.
combatant jump.
You talking to your AI slave?
No, I'm talking to my assistant.
Well, actually, according to Board Game Geek, combatants will never jump more than 2 spaces, while it's not in the jumping section that I checked. It is amusingly directly above the jumping section.
Does that mean jumping over 2 spaces, like,
That's what it.
or is it 2 spaces total? Like, jump from here to you will only jump over 1 empty space, essentially.
I gotta go back to this thing.
Like he might be like, okay, I'll jump from here to here because that's 2 spaces, and only one, or is it?
I mean, according to this guy, it says, P.S. It took me a while to find the rule set that says combatants will never jump more than 2 spaces, while it is not in the jumping section. But I checked, it is immediately directly above the jumping section.
It is in the what section?
Above the jumping section. So just find the jumping section, and there should be combatant skill checks.
And skill checks. All right. Using abilities 48. Is that what we need? Dodge, power, spell-like abilities. Oh, now we're into combatants.
Is there a section called jumping?
Yeah, but
Not-
it doesn't have to do with the.
What page is that on, Tori?
Jumping is on page 67, 68. No, I'm sorry, I scrolled past it. I was still looking. Skill checks is on 66. Jumping is a skill
Right,
check.
jumping.
And then above that, there's a box above that.
Combatant skill checks. Important. An intelligent combatant will never jump more than 2 spaces on a single jump check. If the conditions of an intelligent combatant step would require a jump of more than 2 spaces,
Condition
then the condition
false.
is considered false.
So is it?
All right. So,
So he won't jump.
yeah, he won't jump. Yeah, all the ones that we fight against are considered intelligent combatants. There's the other categories, like ones that are your personal pets and stuff.
And Rook. Rook is not considered.
I'll be right back.
Combatant. The art in the book is different than the art on the cards, and is different than the art of the figures.
Like totally different.
I mean, they look different. Like, on your card, this lady's carrying a sickle. In the
Oh,
book,
here she's carrying an axe.
right there, she's carrying an axe. And in the...
Well, maybe that's just to give you an indication that you can change your weapons.
Maybe so.
upgrade.
In the book, Nightingale has a totally different colored hair. And the card, she has a
Maybe.
different colored hair, too. Oh, no, she doesn't.
Maybe you shouldn't change your hair color.
Mm,
All
maybe.
right, so we've established that the sickle's not going to jump, so he's just going to move to there.
Okay. Got
All
it.
right, next sickle. Is there oh wait, so he's going to move to there.
Two's
Then
gonna
he can't do.
move up
Right.
and take a shot, I would think.
All right, so 2, is there an opponent adjacent? No. Is there an opponent within range 4?
No.
Then move to be adjacent to the opponent. And a move and attack an opponent within range 4.
Right. So
Move
he's
to
gonna
be at
move
range
up
4
and then
and then-
attack.
But he's being blocked by his buddy there.
No, this.
Oh, wait, no,
he's
but he
gonna
can move
to
up here, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then gun down. So now he is within.
One.
He's going to use the same dice because he's got 3 buddies within range as well.
Yeah.
Because SOI 4 is huge.
Right.
All right. Do you want to roll the dice for Michael's punishment this time, Tori?
No, you should do it. You're the bad guy.
I'm just. Oh no, an 8 and a 4. Okay, so it's not quite as terrible this time. So that's 12, 16, Michael. You better use your other dodge ability. Tap down your corset.
I still have one SP that I can use, so I might just use that.
True, because there's 2 more sickles that are gonna probably attack you.
Oh, they'll attack me. So.
So you're our sacrificial lamb apparently for this turn. Jesus.
All right. So dodging. So I re-roll.
That's why we gave you 2 characters.
I mean, we could have one of these sickles spawn right next to the other party members because it just said any available space on the southern, and that would give her a bit of a break.
But you don't want to laugh at royalty.
I mean, that puts them right next to like rook and diagonals count. I mean, diagonals. It's the same. It's like one of these guys could be like right here.
I know, but I feel like we're supposed to be acting in their best interest,
Yeah,
making
so
it
the
hard
closer
on
they are to
us.
each other, the more empowered they are. So
we
yeah, I
we
guess
would have seen them coming. I mean, because we're at that entrance, so.
yeah, I mean, I think this is reasonable then. Unfortunately.
All right. So rolly rolls.
Nightingale's a little high and
Okay.
mighty for my taste anyway. Royalty. Are they really going to send it?
Oh,
those...
nice. 4 shields. Good roll.
All right. So that's 14.
Your base 10.
14, and then I didn't roll a skull, so that's
Excuse me.
15.
And they had 16, wasn't it? Yeah, they had a 16 against you, so you only take 1 damage from that.
She's got a beer anyway. Be fine.
Alright. Next cave sickle. Is there an opponent within... Oh wait, is there an opponent adjacent? Make your attack against opponent with most damage. So there's not an opponent adjacent. There is an opponent with a range 4. Alright, so... Cave sickle number 4 takes a shot. Cave sickle number 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Only gets 1 buddy. So it's rolling a white and an orange. So it's not quite as terrible. +10. Plus 4, so 14. Did you
Okay.
exhaust your corset to dodge that last one?
Nope.
Oh, you used your stamina?
Yeah. So
Alright.
use that.
Nice. Oh, you were successful then.
Oh, cool. Now I get to
Now you can counter.
this counter.
That lets you roll an attack back at them.
Nice.
Alright, so I'm gonna attack the...
Attack action 43. Let's see. Make sure we're doing this proper.
So...
Attack, dodge.
I get 1 orange.
Determine damage. Range, SOI.
Is that all I get?
Re-equip using abilities. Where is counter? Dodge. Oh, here's counter. Alright. Counter. The target being attacked must have line of sight and be within range of the figure making the attack action. You have
Oh,
a
wait.
ranged attack,
No. Damn it.
and no, you don't have reach.
I'm gonna have magic, but I don't know if that counts.
I don't think you can use magic with your counter.
Then I do not.
Yeah, you have to be able to actually hit them with your counter.
Oh, so many little terms. Like, I don't remember conviction, casting, finesse.
Conviction is what you use for not being affected by a spell, or that's one of the uses of it anyway. So like when you're casting a spell at a bad guy, they use their you roll your spell
Right.
roll, they roll their conviction dice against it, or both.
And how do you know what you roll to attack with?
It's based on your weapons.
Oh, I
So,
see.
like,
I see
weapons
up in
have
the. I see
colored
where it's at.
dice.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so Cave Sickle 5. Oh wait, no, Cave Sickle 4 still got stuff he can do. Then move to be adjacent to the opponent, and what's their movement? 6. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. And then he's gonna make an attack, and then an FU.
You
So
got way too many moves.
yeah, you ran out there and got into trouble.
Trouble. Yeah, I feel like Rook is supposed to go first as the tank. That's what there was an issue before that we weren't letting Rook tank for us.
12.
But we
So
were.
that's a 16.
Oh, he's also going last, so that's...
Oh no, it's not a 16. Because it doesn't have a number next to it, right? So then that's just going to be using its whatever you roll, whatever it rolled. No, it's actually they're actually stronger at range. 8. So it's just a 12. But you're all out of dodges, right? And you're only at 11 or 10. Oh, you're only at 10.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to take 2 damage. And then it's going to inflict poison with a force of 9, whatever that means.
Doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds terrible. Alright, I know that there's conditions. Page 30 has got conditions.
Look at the
I
tail.
don't remember
on
any
it.
of this. The last
Yeah,
game
it
we
seemed like
last
way
time we played
easier
this.
last time. Like, I just remember Michael running around killing everything like it was nothing. Nice tail. It's actually kind of a gross looking tail you've got there on your figure, Michael. That's not... doesn't look right.
Well, I mean, we did establish that. So this red terrain blocks line of sight. The boulder blocks line of sight. But from where
Right.
they were standing, they could see you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And
they
originally
spawned
they
from-
could till they
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah.
You're the only one that has a gross tail. Why does the princess have a gross tail? I mean,
Uh,
the
That's how
horns
they
are-
reflects
determined
her-
the princess.
reflects her inner self.
the horns are
Hi-
cool, but the tail.
Pies and where's pies and tags? I don't think that's a tag. I think it's a condition.
And with his force of 9, that doesn't sound.
Sounds terrible.
Is that where
Icons.
I rolled for conviction?
You have to do a
then?
conviction check, yeah.
What page are you looking at, T-Bone?
I'm looking at page 51, but all it says, this is resolve the spell's effects on page 51. If the target of the spell failed their conviction check, they suffer the spell's effect. This could be magic damage, negative effects such as poison, or manipulating their position on a tile. Regardless, the spell's effects are described on the ability card that caused it. I don't see that, because that's the only listing for poison in the whole PDF.
It says the poison FU is a spell-like ability with the force value indicated. You roll a conviction check against the force value. There's a page in the manual reinforcing that point. It details steps of spell-like abilities and is opposite the page of steps of spells. Sorry, I don't have the manual on hand for the page.
It is by the spells.
Yeah, it's nearby the spells. Opposite.
Which was page 51 or something like that, Tori said.
Page 51 is resolve the spell's effects.
Is there like a steps of spells page?
Spell action. What was the thing I'm supposed to be looking for again, Michael?
Someone Board Game Geek says there's a page in the manual reinforcing that point. It details the steps of spell-like abilities and is opposite the page of steps of spells.
Steps of spells. Spell-like abilities. Alright, here we go. Using spell-like abilities.
So identify the target, identify the force. We've done that. Force plus difference hit. Target makes a conviction check, as detailed in step 4. Resolve the ability's effect if they fail their conviction check. But we don't know what the ability's effect is.
I feel like we're gonna have to watch some more in-depth videos after tonight.
Right.
Well, at least she's got 2 dice she can.
Yeah.
Well, it's got no casting, but it's a spell-like ability.
It's a spell-like ability. Well, roll your conviction check, because maybe you'll pass it and we won't even, it'll be a moot point for the time being.
Yeah, it doesn't get to roll any dice, so it's just straight up 9. So if your conviction check,
So roll 2 purples and beat a 9.
Hold on, I gotta switch this back to purple. Okay. So, 2 purples.
do you have anything to help your conviction? Any gear?
No.
It's got to be equal to or greater than the spell's force value. So 9 or better.
Yay, success. Alright, well, we didn't know what poison was going to actually do if it hit. I swear there was like a table somewhere that had all the conditions listed, or all the... But I was already looking at the table of or the appendix doesn't have poison in it either. Or the index, I mean.
Does Google say?
I don't know. I just looked at a thread and all everyone was saying is poison is brutal. That's what they were saying over and over.
Brutal at low levels. Well, at least it hits you for 3 damage, I guess. And
Oh no, I'm already damaging my book. No.
this is why PDFs are lovely.
My PDF app that I have doesn't have a good search, apparently. Alright, let me try poison, see where it takes me.
Page 51.
Like, it takes me to the first hit, but I can't figure out how to get past that. It's like page 51 has poison mentioned as negative effects such as poison or manipulating the position of a tile.
No.
Is that the only place poison is mentioned, Tori?
Yeah, in the rulebook PDF, that's the only mention of poison. According to, I mean, I did a search. I did a find.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you're supposed to,
It seems,
Oh wait, is there a
unfortunate.
card in this game that has poison on it? Maybe it has.
Oh, yeah. There's tokens. Maybe that's what the deal is. Paralyzed dark. There's poison.
Okay.
You are dealt a purple die of irreducible damage. Yeah, that does sound pretty terrible. And it's a status, so basically at the beginning of each turn.
Right. That's why everyone was complaining about it. Because it's irreducible, and if you're playing in the campaign, you don't get to shop for something that can get rid of it for a long time. So you're pretty much just going to die. It's a good thing you rolled good, Michael. Well played, sir.
Alright, so now we know, for whatever reason, they decided not to include the text of the status in the rulebook, because that's helpful.
Right.
So you have to go and dig up the little token.
They were probably tired of writing the thing. It's huge.
Or
It's
just
already-
Well, the main rulebook is not huge. It's the adventure book that's the huge one.
Oh, it's the adventure
I mean, the
book
rulebook is
that's
not
huge.
small.
Yeah,
but-
it's 76 pages, but
Yeah.
Vitality Juice Box.
Alright, so it did its FU thing. It failed. That's it. It's done. Now the last cave sickle. We'll do a range 4 attack against poor Nightingale. And it has in its sphere of influence 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Everybody is in its sphere of influence, so he gets to roll the 3 now. He gets to roll an extra die. And then, could you try and figure out what that shield icon means in there, Tori, in addition to the 3 different variable dice?
I think he gets defense if we were attacking him.
Which shield icon?
Shield
So
and
on the
sword.
cave sickle, if you look at the hive mind section, if it's got 3 sickles in SOI, it's got a teal die, an orange die, a black die, and the sword and shield icon.
And you want to know what the sword and shield icon means?
I mean, I know it's for defense, but what does it mean in this context of rolling dice to attack somebody?
I don't think it does. I think it's
It
only
just
for
adds
if you have,
his
to have those
defense?
people on his
That would be terrible if it gets to add its defense number, because that would be
Because
8.
its defense number is 8. I mean, that's just looking at it. That's what it makes me think. But I will research it.
Because that means if there's 4 of them, it would get plus 16. Alright, well, let's just roll these 3 dice for now. Or wait, how good are these dice? Are they worse?
I think they're better.
No, teal is worse. Orange is better than teal, but the black die, so the black die, it could miss, I think, if it rolls a skull. That's what I'm thinking, that maybe the shield value is just straight up added. because the teal die is worse.
Well, are these dies also its defense as well?
No, its defense is just 8.
That's just defense, but like
Yeah.
in terms of rolling, I guess.
Well, you don't get to roll your defense. You roll if you want. You can roll for a dodge. Or no, you don't even roll for a dodge. That just adds. No, you don't get a roll. It's not a roll-off situation if you're defending against a physical attack. Only for magical attacks.
I mean, do they dodge? Can they dodge? Then why would they need to have the?
It doesn't say they have dodge on their card anywhere that I can see. They are immune to poison. Oh, and they do +1 physical damage, so we missed that.
That's all right.
All right, so we'll let that slide. That
Yeah,
extra
we're
3
not
damage.
going back.
They are empowering, so I don't know what 3 books does for them though. Wait, is that actually a black die, or is that some other color that? There's no other color that looks like it's got to be a black die.
Oh, so
Looks
one
like
of
a
us
black
is
die.
supposed to be managing a couple of those guys, and somebody else is supposed to be managing the other 2.
Oh, I see. So no, if they rolled that shield +1 damage, that's for the black. That's their empowerment die thing. So every shield that they roll on the black die is +1 damage. They're not just straight up. So he didn't
Oh.
roll any shields, so the black die does nothing for him. So then it's
Yeah, they help.
14. So he got a 14, possibly +8, if that's what that symbol actually means for the
Oh, wait,
defense
what?
thing.
I thought that was just their defense. Like, if we were attacking them and he's in a group.
So otherwise they don't get any defense?
I mean, they have defense, but then I think they just add 1 extra one. If
Oh,
they're
they get
near.
more defense? Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Right, it adds it in again, is what you're thinking. So like,
No, that if they're in a group, I think that just adds, to me that says +1 defense, +2 defense, but I could be wrong. I don't necessarily know that it means that it's doubling or tripling their defense. It just makes
Right.
it look, it looks like it's, to me it looks like it's giving them +1 or +2 defense.
I
depending on how
think
many
that,
there are.
yeah, I follow your logic, because otherwise it would just be crazy.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go with that until we learn otherwise. All right, so that just means Michael's got only 14 coming in at
The
you.
attack beats Rook's defense value by... Okay, never mind. Sorry, I don't know. Keep going.
So she gets 4 damage.
That sounds like it. Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah.
Good. Yay. We're gonna have to drop in some healing or something, man. All right, and now it's going to move up and make another attack.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, wait. So I rolled a 14, but it's +4 because the arrow is 4 attack plus what I rolled.
Wait, so then.
So it was 14 plus 4. 18.
Oh.
Aren't you glad you got to play 2 characters tonight?
Well, the princess is not gonna live.
Yeah, she was snooty.
All right, and now he attacks in close combat. These things are freaking brutal.
And we just started.
All right, so he's got a 7.
And she's
Oh, and I think the shields on we were also ignoring the shields on the dice, but on the orange and like the orange dice also have shields.
Oh, yeah.
So 7, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14.
Well, she definitely did not survive that, so.
Well, then it's also poison after that.
Does she get to roll for poison now that she's like,
Is she dead?
yeah, pretty much.
Let's see what happens if you go down. Do you have to keep taking it? All right. Where is death? Maybe it's in the combatant section. If a combatant kills you on the first turn, do you ever play this game again? I'm glad we're working this out here, because I feel like
We're gonna have to start over.
no, we're fine. We'll get you back up and running, I'm sure. Well, really, because all we have to do is get to that exit spot, right? So what's your face? Maybe could just fly across and get there, and then we get past it and get the heck out of Dodge. I mean, that's one option. And where is... All right, let me look and see in the index if there's some sort of a death kind of scenario.
I remember when you played this, we wiped them out, and then we got the treasure.
Right.
Well, maybe we were doing it wrong before.
I think we were. It was way too easy before is the thing. I feel like.
Oh, page 74 of the printed book at least has the effect tokens text, so I don't know why. And it lists poison there.
Yeah, why is that not showing up in my search? It's not cool.
Death, defeat. Okay, defeat is what we're looking for. You're not killed, you're defeated, perhaps.
Oh, because it's not. It's that text is an image.
Graphics.
Yes.
Bullshit.
That's some quality. Quality PDF generation.
Well, I mean, it was, it was intended to be printed, I guess.
Right.
But still. All right.
What?
If you equal damage, if you take damage equal to your HP, you're defeated. You immediately remove your figure from the board and your initiative card from the initiative track. So immediately, so you don't have to take the poison because you're defeated. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I am. If you look at darkness, sorry, I wasn't listening to what you were saying because I saw where darkness it says -1, and then it shows the defense icon. So it says -1 defense, and you may not dodge. So that leads me to believe that what you're saying was correct.
That icon means 1 defense value.
Right.
Figures can never have more damage tokens than their max HP. Adventurers do not remove damage tokens once defeated. If an ability or effect would cause you to become defeated, you take irreducible damage equal to your HP.
Well, the thing is I mean, they're not going to let her die. What's her name already said that.
So defeated adventurers return to play during the setup of the next encounter. So you're not dead, you're just defeated. As long as one of us can get through to that exit button, we can keep going. We don't have to restart over.
Pretty, pretty princess.
Oh, I guess Zeke is friends with the
one
princess.
For the team. Much appreciated. Princess.
Way to flush him out, princess. Way to flush him out there, princess.
Remy is next. Oh, that's my character, right?
Uh-huh. Rem dog. Rem sleep.
What does she do? Avian flight. Make a move. Fight for.
She got a little lemur on her shoulder.
She might as well fly by the treasure chest while she's at it.
And she's also got shady training, which lets her move 1 space diagonally.
She got shady past.
Move. All right, move and flight keywords. Where's the keywords page? Like 32. I feel like she should just run for it, run to get help.
Treasure, and then
Do you want me to stop for the treasure so that we could possibly wipe? I mean, I'll do it if you want me. If you want me to.
Well, I guess
I
we'll
don't
see
think
what
she
happens.
should make a run for it because then she's gonna trigger that red totem. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's that.
I think we should stick together as a team and play it the way Rook's tanks for us. I backstab him.
Yeah, I mean, she can only move 6 anyway. Even when she flies, it just lets her
Go
ignore some
over
of
the top of
terrain.
him.
Yeah.
And she gets a diagonal movement, which is 2 for 1.
Do I have a ranged attack? What do I got? Oh, my giant battle. My war axe is not a ranged weapon.
Your wax. Oh, I guess that this is... It looks like a sickle in the picture because the top of the head of the war axe is being cropped out. But that is the war axe.
Yeah,
It's not a sickle.
You're right, though. It does really look like a sickle there, doesn't it? From the cropping.
Oops.
Marshall, when making a weapon attack, if you have a two-handed weapon equipped, you may reroll any dice in your combat dice pool. That is helpful. Oh, I have to exhaust it to do that. Passively, I gain +1 damage. She rolls 2 white dice. So, should I fly over and take a whack at the closest sickle?
How do you, are you able to disengage?
No, because you only get 1 move per... Oh, actually, technically I can, because I could spend an SP for my shady training once per round, which lets me move 1 space in any direction. It's not a move, it just says... It's not move...
Well, they've all
keyword
had their
move.
turn, so you might as well go in.
Yeah, but they might get to go before me next turn.
They might.
Is what I'm saying.
They might. But we're killing at least 1, if not 2 of them.
Well, I also have a dodge item and a counter item.
But make sure you leave room for the rest of us to get in there around number 4 there.
Oh, and she's got throwing knives too.
But yeah, she's got throwing knives, excuse me.
Which just does straight up purple damage.
Right.
Just like a real ninja.
She should be okay. I mean, even if they aren't defeated, some of the attacks will just be distributed amongst the others.
Throwing knives, the same as doing an attack. Do you remember that from the video?
No. I mean, no.
I guess it's just another action, because you could potentially do 2 attacks, right? If you have 2 action or 2 SP. Wait, how much SP does an attack cost?
2.
Oh,
That's why you can only move and then attack.
yeah. And basically you can only attack once per round until you get some kind of upgrade. Oh, she gets +1 movement from her shirt.
Yeah, so look for all your stats at the top, not on the card.
Well, her card says move 6, which...
No, the stats
Yeah,
are
but-
next to the heart.
But
Card.
No, the card says 6.
what does it
And
say
the
up
thing up
across
above
the top?
says 6, which is
Oh.
wrong because her shirt gives her +1. So I'm going to increment that to 7 to
Right,
be
there
accurate.
you go.
And her attack is... Because of her combat training, she gains +1 physical damage.
Well, what's the difference between a helmet and a sword and a shield? Because he's got a helmet icon, but he's also got, on a different thing, he's got the defense icon. So what's the helmet icon mean?
Icons are on page 30.
Alright, you worry about you for right now, and we'll get to me when it's my turn. I'm sorry.
It's armor. So there's armor and there's defense. So armor is reduces damage anytime you're dealt damage. So if they get past your defense, it's straight up damage reduction.
Oh, very good. I'll take it.
So for whatever reason, my shirt gives me +0, so why even bother with the icon? But whatever.
Because it's in the armor slot.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So she's going to move up. I need to unzoom. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this is gonna go flow a
4,
lot smoother once we know what we're
5.
doing.
I'm going to come here. I don't want to go too deep. I'm not even sure if I can actually move it, if this is a legit space or not. I guess it is, but I'm going to go here so that you guys can go here and here.
And you can attack diagonal, correct?
Yeah, because range is diagonal.
Okay.
Wait, do I have reach with this weapon?
Seems like you should. It's on a long stick.
It does not say reach.
It's two-handed. It just gives it extra damage, I think, the two-handedness of it.
Alright, so 2 white dice for me against the sickle. Four and 7 plus, I guess it doesn't have any pluses, but it also gives what's their defense?
Defense is 8. And they get 2 orange. 1 does it get?
Oh, so this
It's only got 1
one
within range,
1,
so
2,
it's a
3,
white and an
4.
orange.
So he gets no bonus to his defense. They don't roll anything. It's just their defense value, the same as when we get attacked.
Right, but he's got 1 to help his hive mind within range.
Right, but that doesn't help his defense.
Oh, I see.
He has
Okay.
to have 3 or 4
Right,
other
I
symbols
gotcha.
within range.
I understand.
Alright, so that means I beat his defense by 3, but then I also get extra damage for shield and star icons on my dice. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Oh, then he's dead.
Yep, he's only got 6 health. So
Boom, they hit like trucks. They're glass cannons, though.
bam. And so that was what? 3 SP for me to do all that?
Yep.
Why is zoom in, zoom out? No, okay, it's a little finicky. So I can't do anything else, presumably.
Bravely, I don't know
Wait.
when he said that, but he said, "Don't take the girl" at 10:26. It must have been right around the time that you were removed from the board. Nightingale.
I did another +1 physical, but anyway. So he is dead, and then we get a treasure loot
He's
thing.
double dead.
Do we need to build a loot deck?
Yeah, we got to build a loot deck then.
So he dropped a treasure. So we get 6 gold and a mundane treasure. Does that happen? Do I pick that up immediately now, or do we have to wait until after?
I think that was what happened
Yeah.
last time. We didn't know what to do with this.
Combatant loot, page 55.
55.
Monster loot.
Monster loot.
I mean, you would think.
Oh
you'd
no,
pick it
no
up-
monster loot is a specific type of loot,
Combatant
or
loot.
Combatant loot. When an opponent is defeated for any reason, draw the top card of the combatant loot deck. Gold is added up at the end of the encounter.
So, yep, draw a card. So we have to make a
We
loot
got
deck. What'd you get?
We got 6 gold.
All right, set that off to the side. Is that where it goes? This table we're on is gigantic.
We'll leave it there for now. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll never remember it. It's so far out there.
All right.
There's a whole. I'm so zoomed in that there's whole like chunks of the board I never see. I just noticed. All right. There, I can see that. That's a good spot for it.
All right. Next in the initiative tracker, I feel like we should just finish this roundup and then save the game for.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, it's getting late already.
All right, Zeke.
Zeke, yeah, I finally get to go. Okay, well I have 6 movement, and it cost me a clicker, right, to do my movement.
Yep. Indeed.
I'm
1,
clicking.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How do I click? I'm clicking.
Oh, you're not gonna. Do you have a ranged attack? You do not. You're not gonna be able to get up there.
Oh, I can get there. I can exhaust my swords.
Oh wait, no, because you got special stuff, right? Yeah.
Right. I can't
But
click.
are you gonna leave room for?
I can leave. Don't worry about me. Let me take care of me. Yes, I'm gonna leave room for him, but I can't click the thing.
You click the thing.
Okay, let me try again. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a little wonky.
It's a on-off toggle.
Yeah, but
Except
I click
for-
if I want to
except for
turn
one.
3 off, I click on 2. If I want to turn it back on, I click on 3. So that's the weirdness of it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Okay, so that's for my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normal movement gets you there.
4, 5.
You should exhaust one of your things to.
Can't I come? Can't I go here? It won't draw on there.
1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2,
5,
3,
6.
4,
Yeah,
5,
it just takes you
6.
2 to get out of there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as I don't have to.
So
get
that
out of
that
there.
puts you adjacent. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you had it.
Okay.
But it's gonna be -1 to your attack because that sickle is in rough terrain.
Okay, let me rethink that for a second then.
It doesn't matter because the sickle's it's gonna be -1 regardless because the sickle's in rough terrain.
Oh, he's in rough terrain.
Yeah, not because you are.
All right, now let's figure out how this attack works. So, what does combo light mean?
Oh, if he has
If you have 2 light weapons,
Which
then
I
you
do.
get the finesse roll, and you can use the exhaust if you want.
Okay.
So basically, it gives you an extra white die for each sword, is what it looks like. So you get 2 purples and 2 whites.
No, it doesn't stack. Wait, is it the same weapon?
No? Does it replace finesse?
I feel like it doesn't stack. It's the same with my
I mean,
hammer.
that would be pretty strong if it did. It would make it better than my great axe.
What do you
These are
mean by
basically the same
stack?
weapon, right? So if you get 2 like combos like this that has the same abilities, you only get the first one, not the second one.
So you get 1 white die and 2 purple.
Yeah.
No, actually, it says finesse. If the listed condition is met, weapons with this tag will substitute their printed combat die with the combat die specified after finesse.
Right, but
So
I don't
think
get
that
to
means
use.
I think it goes from 2 purple to 2 white.
I don't get an extra attack though. I don't think.
No, you get dice.
Yeah.
So because you're using 2 light weapons, the first light weapon trades its purple die for a white die. The other one trades its purple die for a white die. But Michael, where are you seeing this rule about it not stacking?
I had to look it up because of this Warhammer. Because if I had because my character has an ability to ignore the first heavy, and then I wanted to be sure that.
Well, your card specifically says this ability does not stack with another Warhammer. It's on the card.
Just the Warhammer. Okay, I guess so.
Okay. Good. Okay, so I get 1 white die because I have 2 weapons, and the white die is better than the purple die.
You get 2 white dice, 1 for each sword. each purple is replaced by a white.
Okay.
So normally the sword gets a purple die,
Right.
and the other sword gets a purple die, but if you're wielding both of them, they each upgrade their purple to a white.
Right.
So 2 whites.
But only
Right,
one
this is-
for the per sword. I don't get to with one sword. I don't get to roll 2 white dice.
No, 2 total, 1 per sword.
All right. So I'm attacking with this sword.
Now you attack with both swords at the same time. You're a dual wielder. You're like,
Oh,
not 2 attacks.
okay.
You
I'll
wouldn't have
take
the
your
SP to
word
do
for
that.
it.
That would be lame.
12. It's weird
Yeah.
how they spin themselves. Okay, 12.
So they're like aligning to the grid. So you can read
Right.
them. All right, so 12. They've got 8 defense, so that's 4. Do you have any bonuses?
I have damage bonuses.
All right, so you've got double shields is +2, stars +1. So you've got 1 set of double shields, so that's +2, and 1 star, it's +1, so that's
Plus
+3.
so
So that should
12
be enough
plus
to kill
3
them, right?
is 15. So 15, and his defense is 8. So
Yep.
7 damage, and that's enough to take him down. Chop, baby, chop!
I am. All right, another treasure
And I get
card.
to draw the treasure card. I made
Oh, sorry, I
it.
grabbed it for
It's
you. I'm
okay.
fast.
I'll just flip it. More gold. We'll take it. 13 gold. I still have a finesse point or SP. I'm going to hold on to that in case I need to do some dodging.
No, because it costs 2 to attack.
Never mind then. I forgot. Except for my magical ability where it only costs me 1. I actually gain SP every time I attack.
Is that it? Nice. Oh, you've got armor reduction with your leather jacket. Did
Right.
you see that?
Yeah, that's what I was asking about the helmet.
Nice. All right, Rook, you're up.
I finally get to move.
Yeah, he's got the helmet, and he also has a passive, reduce physical damage dealt to you from melee attacks by 2. So that's pretty nice. Little
6.
leather jacket with spikes.
I think I'm just gonna use up all my SP to move.
Get out in front of it.
Yeah, we look good. Except for the one that's missing. She's not looking as good as the rest of us.
You're gonna use an SP to go 2 more.
Wait, can I use all my SP to move? up to
Yeah.
4, so I'll just do that.
And then next
Go
time we'll figure
1,
out how to move the
2,
boulder.
3. I don't think you can move quite that far because of the difficult terrain there.
I think doesn't he ignore it? I thought he ignored it. Hold on.
Oh, does he have a special?
He's got fairy boots.
Oh no, you know what? Never mind. That's right. That's confusing.
He doesn't have wings.
Here's here. 1, 2, 3.
If anything,
4,
those
yeah,
hammers are weighing him down.
Yep, that's the most efficient route.
So is this the right spot?
Yeah. Yeah, because you were here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, same deal.
Can't you end up in front of me so you're taking the hits instead of me, old buddy, old pal?
It's more about range than he's closer, so he's gonna get attacked.
Yeah, but his line of sight is blocked for
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
Yep.
everything's
at
blocked.
least one of them.
Yeah, so
it's
they're gonna-
it's
they're
blocked
gonna
for
try
both
to-
of them. And in the line of sight of
And
one
we're,
of them.
we're out of range. We're out of range right now. So they're just gonna be like sit there and go.
Okay, all right, that's fine then. I just want to make sure my squishy self
Right.
is.
Hey, then hold on. Let me just move back then. Now they don't have line of sight.
They didn't before, did they?
I don't know. You were.
No, they didn't have line of sight on you either.
No, because there's a boulder in the way.
There's a big old boulder there.
So until we move the boulder, they don't have line of sight.
And by we mean you, tough guy.
But none of us have ranged attacks, right?
Except for our throwing knives.
Well, I have throwing knives, but I don't know. Do they actually have range? they're thrown, but
I don't know. I was looking that up and then I
thrown-
got distracted by something.
thrown keyword.
Look up. Nah, you're not gonna find it by that. I tried. Look up consumable. That's what you want, because it's a consumable.
Consumables. If I was looking for a consumable, where would I look? Where did you see the consumables at?
Well, there's 13. I started on page 27, but I'm scanning through them all. I haven't found what I want yet.
Item tiers and types.
No, sorry, that's not. I just flipped through all the consumables I could find, and it didn't give me what I wanted.
Is there a keyword for it? Thrown? Can't
Throw,
find
page
thrown.
33. Try that. Throw, because that's what it says on the card. Throw. The throw ability allows an adventurer to deal physical damage to an opponent equal to the listed die within range 4 in line of sight. So it's range 4. Why you got an arrow pointing?
And I clicked with the measuring tape.
This is not an attack and no attack roll is made. You simply roll the die and deal the damage. So you roll the purple die and deal the damage if it's in range 4.
I'd have to move up into their range to do it.
It's not an attack
But
and
I
no
could move
attack
up-
roll is made. But does it take up
But
an SP to do it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, it says
that
it's
it would-
not an attack.
But
so-
that doesn't mean it's not an action.
Yeah, so it's probably an action that only takes one. One SP and not 2, which is why they're differentiating.
Using stamina points.
I feel like it might be free.
Using abilities, 48. An ability is anything on an item, discipline, adventure, combatant, or token that a figure may do. Many cards have one or more. There are 4 types. Addition, discard, exhaust, stamina point, text addition. So it doesn't say that it costs stamina, so I think just the fact that you're discarding it, basically it's a one-use item, so that's why it doesn't cost you stamina.
I mean, it would make sense, but it would also make sense for it to cost you stamina. But it doesn't say when I'm looking under actions, it's not listed.
Yeah, look on page 48, using abilities.
Okay.
Many cards will have one or more abilities printed on them. Abilities can be used when their conditions are met. There are 4 types of conditions: discard or exhaust, stamina point cost, text conditions, symbol conditions.
So yeah, the condition is you discard it, or you have to be within range.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And then you discard it. Very good. Just like a real ninja.
But I mean, you could roll poorly on your purple die.
And not do very much
yeah.
damage. Or you could one
If I could
shot.
move up,
That would have been bad.
I mean, I have 2 of them, but I may or may not be able to kill. Yeah, see, like that would only wound and piss off a cave sickle. On the upside, the cave sickles cannot get super powered like they did when they went
Right, when they went ham on
Nightingale, because there's only 2 of them
on
now.
the Pretty Princess, on Pretty Little Princess. All right,
The
Good.
former pretty princess.
Pretty Princess. We'll carry her to the respawn points. Good thing you dripped some blood in the bowl there, Chumley. That was
Too bad you
all
can't
one
move.
round.
And then, yeah, that was.
But
rough,
it'll
man.
go a lot faster now that we're starting to figure things out. Oh yeah, rip. Alas, poor princess. We knew her well. And then we dragged her corpse along with us.
I feel like I should have not stopped where I stopped.
Yeah, that was probably not optimal in hindsight.
Right,
It was
but we
pretty
didn't know they
terrible.
were going to be so mean on their first attack. We also didn't know they were all going to get to attack you before we could do anything.
Yeah, like maybe one square back where there wasn't line of sight to that token would have been. We'll keep that in mind
Yeah, we might play a
on our
little more
next
cautiously
encounter.
moving forward.
But you wouldn't
Alright.
think that, like, yeah, that was pretty rough.
All right, are you guys going to help Greg get his fan fixed? Are you in Oregon, Michael?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're probably not going to help Greg get his fan fixed. Because I'm
I think
assuming
he's getting.
Greg is in Western Washington in the Seattle area.
Yeah.
So it's
Alright,
on you,
Middara,
Sean, because I
20
think Joaquin's in California or something. I can't keep track of that
Yeah.
guy. He's a Rolling Stone. I feel like you could just get, one of those cold compresses. It just stick
You can
it.
just get like a big, just point your big ass room fan at the laptop.
Right,
So,
or set the laptop on top of the big ass room fan. When I was looking, because when I got Tucker's thing, all gaming computers have a potential issue with overheating. So when I was looking at getting Tucker, or gaming laptops, when I was looking
Yeah.
at getting Tucker a gaming laptop, they were all saying, that this is a possible problem. And so they were like, here's all these, so get an extra cooling, external cooling attachment, right? And you look at them, and that's all it is. It's like an X of plastic to lift the computer up, and then it's just got a fan right there. So it's just a fan that sits underneath the computer, blowing up onto the bottom of the computer.
Yeah, I mean, my concern with using like one of those cold packs would be condensation.
Right. Well, you would
inside
want
the
to,
computer.
you'd want to, wrap it in
No, what you
a
want is
towel or
you want
something.
you want like one of those cooling, like one of those ice packs or whatever, and you put that in front of the fan, so the fan or room fan is blowing across
Right.
that, and then onto the computer.
What if you just set a maybe you could sit on an air conditioner or have the air conditioner between your legs. The computer is resting on the air conditioner.
If you had like a small box fan on your lap, and then point it up towards so that it's blowing at the bottom of the computer.
Right. You could make I mean, as long as you're MacGyvering things, why don't you make a tube that comes off of your air conditioner, attaches to a board with a hole in it, and then so your laptop rests on top of the board, and maybe it's got a couple little things to hold it up a little bit off the board so the air can flow. And then there's just a tube of cold air blowing onto the bottom of your Oh, I didn't get to flip the table. Hey, thanks for joining me,
table.
everybody. They don't want me to flip the table. Please be sure to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And until next time.